Hi, Celina. Hi. I don't know how many years.
Oh my God, it has been such a long time. How are you? So wonderful to see you.
Thank you. Same here. So, कहाँ पर हो अभी आप? Where are you
So,
exactly?
Filhal, I'm in Austria right now and also in the middle of a terrible, terrible lockdown. Since end of January, we are in lockdown. So, काफी
Hmm.
लंबा अरसा हो चुका है since the lockdown. And, the only positive I see in this lockdown is that there is so much that we can do thanks to social media and connect with so many people. And the best thing is that this lockdown is making you connect with so many people who play such an important role in your life, and your friends, your people who have mattered to you at one point or the other. And I think it's
Hmm.
brilliant to be also to just sit back and take a breather and look at the positive aspect of it.
Well, but it must be quite frustrating. I mean, if you say January end, we
You
began
know,
sometime in March.
Really, very lucky to tell you the truth. God is very kind. I'm very lucky. We are very high up on the Alps in Austria. So as a result, जब बहुत frustration हो जाती है, तो we just get into the car, we drive to a deep forest, and we go for a walk there. You know,
Okay.
we even leave our kids in the forest. जाओ भाई थोड़ी देर भागो, do something, come back. So that way, God is very kind, and able to do that here high up on the Alps. It's more difficult for people who are living in the main cities like Vienna and Salzburg and Graz. It is definitely more difficult for people there, but we are very fortunate that our home is way up on the Alps, and pretty much have the liberty to go out into the garden, and और कुछ नहीं तो थोड़ा बाहर walk के लिए चले गए, कुछ कर लिया. That's about it.
So tell me, just Selena, we have had season greetings now from you, and lovely reviews. Especially, I was reading the one in Filmfare, 4 stars, and then somewhere else too. But how are you feeling about it? You're missing the arc lights. You're missing the Bollywood.
You
You
know,
just getting the itch
you
again to
know
come
this.
back. And,
You know me since I've been 17 years old. Okay, we met first when
yeah,
I was 17 years old, going on
yeah.
18, and since then it's been, when you start working at a very young age, especially in this glamour, in our glamorous industry, and in front of the media and lights all the time, there comes a time when I reached a point in my life where I thought that. What is the real Celina? Have I lost myself somewhere? Where am I going with life? And when I met Peter, I realized that I have to take a pause, because life is also about moving out on a personal level. You have to balance your career, your profession, your achievements. And I had had a great stint till I met Peter, having been a Miss India, a Miss Universe runner up, having done a lot of good films, 12 years of cinema, a lot of good films, and a lot of movies, some commercial, some not so commercial. And, I was pretty okay where I was with so many endorsements and everything. When Peter came into my life, I knew that everyone must take a constant decision to take a pause. Okay, I will take a pause, I will move on, and I wanted to start a family. I wanted to experience being a mother. I wanted to experience being a wife. And thankfully, I met my soulmate of many lifetimes. So, Peter and I, when we got married, it was a conscious decision not to leave work, but to focus on other aspects, not just being a parent or a wife. But I was trained in music, and so I worked on a single, and United Nations took the single and made it into one of the most views videos. We got millions of views with thanks to Neeraj Sridhar. We made I sang, and then I became a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. I worked with gay rights so many years, LGBT rights, and everything came to fruition. I saw another aspect of me. I've been writing, I've been working on my books. I had to take a little bit of a pause because I went through a very low phase in the last 2 years. I lost both my parents, and we lost a child, and it was very, very difficult phase. So everything came to a standstill at that point. But you come out of it and you move on in life. That's what the seasons of life are all about. And by God's grace, I'm healthy, I'm alive, I'm here. My audience is very happy to see me. I am very happy to see them. I'm very happy to see all my friends from the industry again. I've been in touch with media like you. We go back a very, very long way. And it's very blessed. I'm thankful. I got to
Makes me
try,
ask,
but I got to try the right way.
makes me ask in those tough times, which you mentioned, did the industry call upon you? Did they, did they write
Yes,
to you? Did they call you?
yes. I am very fortunate, Vicky, to have some great friends, both in media and industry. And I was in Dubai that time, and I made a lot of friends from actually the first people that I made friends in Dubai when I got married and moved to Dubai were friends from the media also. So it was very nice to get to know people on a personal level and have some real friends for a change. And I'm so fortunate. I've always been surrounded by. I've had some very difficult times, heartbreaking, earth-shattering times, but God also at the same time sent people to carry me through that, you know, and in form of friends, in form of my husband, in form of my children, my nanny. And I know it sounds crazy and it sounds preachy, but it is true. But only when you go through something like this, you realize the value of someone who has something nice to say to you, you know.
Well, there's a fan, Tejashri complimenting your eyes.
Oh, thank you, Tejas. Is that Tejas?
Tejashri.
Tejashri, thank you so much. So sweet of you. Please watch the
And
film. Get to see more of
someone,
that.
Phantom Papa, I guess that's not his real name, but he's saying, Celina, come back. Now,
Yes,
obviously, he come back in a big way.
Vicky, why don't you tell them that I am coming back tomorrow?
So I was going to ask you that. I mean, after this movie, I mean, season's greetings and all, don't you, I mean, get the itch to, come back and do some work and go back and, shuttle more? Or are you still, the children are small? What's the plan? क्या हो रहा है?
No,
दिमाग में
there's
क्या चल
nothing like that.
रहा है?
Honestly, I was very happy with doing the stuff that I was doing before. It was my mother's last wish that I return to cinema, Vicky, and that is the reason I returned to cinema. And somehow, um, when Mama died, I met Ram when I returned to Dubai after the initial shock. Ram came to Dubai, and we met, and we were in my car, and I was driving. And Ram narrated the subject of Season's Greetings, a tribute to Rituparna Ghosh, in the car. And my mental state was such, I think I parked in a red light by mistake. And after we finished the narration, both of us went to pay a big fine at the police station. It was so funny.
Oh, wow.
Ram said,
That
Celina,
is
I don't think this is a parking. I think we are parked on a red light junction. And I've been narrating you a story for 1 hour, and Peter was getting, photo after photo, traffic fine, because all my traffic fines always go to my husband. So he was at work, and in the middle of a board meeting, he's getting traffic fine, Celina Jaitly, traffic fine, Celina Jaitly. So, yeah, that's how Season's Greeting was narrated to me. And when Ram narrated the subject to me, it was like there is some connection from the beyond coming into my life. The first thing was that this explores the possibility of LGBTQI relationships, and I have been in LGBT for many.
You always stood up for that.
Yes, over 15, 16 years. Then secondly, it explored the relationship of a mother and a daughter. And that was a sign of Mummy telling me that you have to return to films.
Yeah, it was all connecting.
Yeah, it was all connecting. And thirdly, Rituda. Now, before Rituda passed away, Rituda had called me. At the time I was 6 months pregnant with my first set of twins. And Rituda wanted to cast me in a film. So when I told him I was pregnant, he was very shocked because he did not know that I was pregnant. So he said, "ठीक है, Celina, you give birth to the baby safely and all that. I'll give you 3 months and then we will work on something together." I said, "ठीक है." And then I called him. I was just about to deliver, and I called him to when his father passed away. And our last conversation was then, but little did I know that that would be the last conversation. And then of him passing, and I feel this is another reach, because it was always like my undying wish. The last, the bucket list, they say, to work with someone, and when that person calls you, and then the person passes away, I was like, this is a calling from beyond also, that I'm still working indirectly with Ritu in this film. And Ram and I go back as friends also many, many years. And everything was, and Ram told me this would be the right thing to get you out of what you're going through and stuff. And rest is history.
Well, I can understand he didn't see the signal and you got caught for that. I mean, he must be, his fist must be closed and waiting for you to say yes. That must be all concentration on you.
No, the thing is this, it was a very big decision for me. I wasn't, I wanted to do films, but I really wanted to do on my own terms and conditions. Because when I started cinema, Vicky, at that time, things were such in 2002, 2003, that if you ask, some directors would take it very personally if you ask them, "Ki, bhai, what is it? Can you please give me a script?" Or you want to discuss that, why should I wear this outfit in your shot? They would take it personally, that why is she asking such questions, So I have also been through that phase of cinema. Then I just did commercial movies as a beauty queen, as a glamour icon, one after another. And I never got an opportunity to really explore the actor side of me. And I wanted to explore it, but I just wanted to do it with the right people who understood that. And there were people like Rituda, there were people like Ram, there were people like Khalid Mohammed. So these are the kind of people that I thought that I should, and I luckily got an opportunity to work with Khalid. But that's it. That's the first time I worked with Tabu. That's the first time I worked with KK Menon, these really brilliant actors. And then I got a lot of praise and appreciation. So I said, I wish people would make more movies. And then by that time, the commercial era was done, and I found my Prince Charming, and I went and explored another aspect. And I'm so glad that times have changed. There's a platform of digital cinema. There is, you can reach out to millions of more people. You can choose your audience and create a genre for the audience that you relate to. And I think that is fabulous with today's digitalization of everything and the expansion of social media. That time social media just started, Facebook and Twitter. Ab jaake it's a big marketing tool. So in this era, I enjoy working, and as long as I'm working on my own terms and conditions with the right people, with creative people who respect artists, and who also respect artists' input, that is most important to me. And Ram did that, despite being a friend. And believe me, I learned so much in this one experience in Kolkata, thanks to Ram, that as the first time in my life, I did a workshop of a few days before the film with Lilette ji and Ram and all the other actors, the cast and crew. So all these things do make a difference. And now, thankfully, the reviews are making my heart overflow, because I constantly feel it's Ma's blessings, it's Papa's blessings, it's Rituda's blessings. Something is right. Something is right out there. And even humble films like us get noticed, and people notice that what
Ram even brought the lovely Isha Deol back for a short film, if you remember, sometime back.
What a beautiful movie Cakewalk was. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, Edie did such a great job in the film, and Isha is a very dear friend. And it's so nice to see, because to see Isha and that, because when I saw that also played a very important role, because I saw how Ram explored the possibility of finding the right portrayal of an actor in Asia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all those things matter, and it she's Otina, something inside you says that this is right. Yeah.
So, Celina, from what I gather from just a little bit of this conversation which we had in the middle, where the directors didn't bother to listen in those days to too many things,
Yeah.
do you think you also got stuck as I think you said it in, but not in so many words? You got stuck because of that image of Miss India. Okay, Miss India that time I think meant just beauty. I mean, am I wrong or am I right?
No, no, you are very much right. And people only wanted to cast me in roles which were overtly glamorous and did not offer much as an actor, but of course offered a lot as a role and as an important character, leading lady of the film, who should be beautiful, who should be glamorous, should know obviously how to act. Otherwise, you can't be on screen. Period. Yeah, but yeah, it was limited. And I also gave up, because I was like, everybody is doing that. Why should I be the only one who goes and fight? I'm getting good work. I'm getting good money. I'm doing mega blockbuster films. So why not? You also got to be a little pragmatic. You can't say कि मैं पूरी दुनिया ठुकरा दूंगी and take out your talwar and start fighting with everyone. That's not my thing. I respected the flow of that time, and I tried to make the most of it. See, I come from a very humble army background, so there was no one really to advise me that go this way or do this thing or do that thing, that thing. So I was pretty much going by whatever I perceived was right. I had no one guiding me. I had managers, I had people around me, but everybody wanted to make something out of me. So everybody was earning their keep out of me, which is fair enough. That's the world and that's the profession. But the real guidance which should come from within, I didn't have a guiding factor. Now I have my own experience as a guiding factor. I have wonderful platforms to work for and work with. The corporatization of films has also helped in a better way, because you can explore more scripts. You can create as an actor and as a producer also content that can go. And I think that's where filmmakers like Ram come in, because Ram is doing something which is so different in a short period of time. It is getting noticed. We had a very good stint of film festivals around the world. We won a lot of awards and appreciation. But obviously, to both Ram, me, and Oritro, our producer also, and Shailendra ji, what matters the most at the end of the day is कि घर वालों को कैसी लगी picture. Tomorrow when the picture releases on Z5, it is very important that everyone who's watching us right now, for you have been such an important part of my cinema history. So it's important to me what you think, Vicky. It is important to me what all other critics from India think. Each and every critic's voice matters to me, because these are our people, and these are the people who are going to like or dislike the film, the most. Unke dil mein lagegi, So definitely that matters to us a lot, and we were waiting with bated breath, and it is our way also to sort of bring you safe entertainment at home without you having to.
But tell me one more thing, which you said about the directors. Because you were, you had inherited that glamour, all the beauty and the glamour, and the title with it. So were there days in the shootings, or were there scenes where you said, you had to wear a certain outfit, and the director put his foot down, and you put your foot down in turn and said, "No, man, this is like too much over the top. I will not wear it."
Never contradict. See, for me, and I learned it from my father, who was in the army. At the end of the day, you gotta respect the boss. Yeah, your director is the captain of the ship. He is not molesting you. He's doing what he thinks is right for his film. You see, when you become a business owner, I'm just talking of a very different side of me as an entrepreneur. I'm speaking as a person who's been working with United Nations and dealing with country heads for so many years now. What I see this is now in perspective after having grown up and evolved so much is
Yeah.
that they were not wrong. They were doing
Hmm.
what is right for their film at that point.
Hmm.
So they
Hmm.
have hired XYZ talent which supports
For a
their
reason.
vision for their product. Yeah. So, of course, the talent should have the right to question it, but ultimately it's their call. They can say, "Bhai, tum raho ya kisi aur ko, we will take someone else," you know. And
But you didn't know.
unless someone was being derogatory towards me, I have never overstepped my boundaries. As I know also my boundaries about what is what. I think the director is always the captain of the ship. चाहे वो कैसा भी डायरेक्टर हो, चाहे वो बहुत बड़ी कमर्शियल फिल्म हो या वो नॉन कमर्शियल फिल्म हो, a boss is a boss at the end of the day. We must give him that due, as long as they are not
Sure.
crossing the boundaries in any way with you. You know, so well, luckily I did not have that, and I gave them that due. I say, okay, I can ask a question once, and if they feel strongly about it, I have to respect that because that's their vision for their film. It is their film, you know.
Hmm.
So I always treated it like that. Anyway, I may not be doing the right thing, but I believe that was right at that point. Now I feel what is right for me is films like this. You know, I want to do just for my passion and love for cinema. You cannot take out cinema out of an actor. So this is just out of love for cinema and having the platform to do much more now, Vicky, is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. To do much more now is amazing. So definitely.
Selena, you married in 2011, if I'm not wrong. So,
Yeah.
am I right?
10, 10.
10, sorry. So, was it during that 9, 10, 11 period, when you really got a little, disillusioned with the movies, say a Thank You or some
No, no, it
other,
had
where
nothing to
no,
do
I'm
with
not saying that the marriage was the reason for your disillusionment. You wanted the family, of course, and you had set your, the road ahead. But do you think also that, you were underutilized and at the same time, it was just not happening to a certain extent. When I see a movie like Thank You, of course, it's all over the place.
yeah.
So, and I don't think,
No, no. Honestly, the movies had. I was very particular from the beginning. Movies in my life never played an important role in my personal decisions. You
Okay.
know. So it's just that. For me, the biggest factor was when I met Peter that something in my heart said that don't let this guy go. You know, something. I just, even though he is an Austrian and I'm an Indian, and it was like a movie, you know. And I knew
Hmm.
that this is my soulmate. I knew I will never be with anyone else the way I am with Peter. And I also
Hmm.
knew one more thing that, see, my husband is a very high achieving corporate whiz, you know. And I knew that if this relationship has to work out, I have to take a pause and focus on this relationship. So you reach that point in life when you have to think, what do you want at this stage in life? You want a personal life, you want to continue your profession, and you sideline one. It was that Peter was not one of those guys who's going to leave everything and move to India to support his Indian actress wife's career at that point. And he's never been
Did you
like that.
discuss
He's
that?
very supportive,
Did you,
like
no,
this,
did
but
you discuss? Did you discuss with him that any chance of moving to India
no, I never
at that
discussed
point?
because I myself knew that it would not work out if I asked him to do that. You know, so it was a very conscious decision. No, I'm going to make this work no matter what. Also, away from the media intrusion, I did not want. He's a very private person, so I did
Hmm.
not want, what we are up to be written about all the time. I also wanted the freedom to go out where I please, do things differently. I started at such a young age that I was also fed up of constantly being in limelight, constantly being judged, on everything. So I just wanted to take a deep breath and live a normal life for a few years and enjoy that. And that I took.
What were you being judged on? Judge किस
Huh?
पे हो? क्या? What were you being judged on? I mean,
I
what was that? Say, for
simple
example.
stuff like you go out somewhere, you're not wearing makeup one day, or you're having a bad hair day. You step out in your Bermudas and a t-shirt, and God forbid you get clicked somewhere, and then it's gonna be on the internet forever, haunting you. Like some pictures
Hmm.
still haunt me till today, even though from those times. And
Hmm.
I I just felt that I just needed the also the freedom to move around, to try, to just do things normally, just live a normal life and focus on my relationship. I really wanted to focus because I valued relationship more than I valued anything else at that point in my life. Because I'd done everything for so many years. It wasn't that 2 साल काम किया and then शादी कर ली पहले
Hmm.
पहले लड़के को पकड़ के. This was a very thought after decision. This was a relationship of a few years. The decision was very thought of. It was a proper decision, pondered upon, and really wanted by my heart and soul. That I want to focus with. I want to be with this man. I want to have a family with this man. I want to be in Dubai. I want to see what it is like to live in another country with someone I love, someone I'm married to. It would be great to have to see if I can become a mom, if it's possible. So all these questions were very, very appealing at that point after working for so many years in the industry. So I took the decision.
So basically, you didn't want to put two legs in two different boats, I understand. But any parental opposition, when you told your family that this is the man I want to marry?
Initially, until the time mom and dad didn't meet Peter, they were skeptical. So all parents will be worried for their daughter. There would be no parent on this earth who won't be worried for their daughter. But the moment they met Peter, there was no turning back. I think he became more their son than their daughter. So yeah, that was there, definitely.
That's so nice. So now, how are the days going, and when do you see the lockdown there, being lifted?
Uh, we are doing pretty well. We have managed to combat the cases in a very big way and reduce the cases in Austria to a very big extent. But we are surrounded by
Fab.
countries who are in a very devastating state, like Italy, still pretty hurt, Switzerland and Germany. So until the time things settle down in the neighboring countries, I think we will be in a lockdown, but they are slowly going to start easing restrictions towards the end of this month, provided we don't see another wave of the virus. Yeah.
I'm reading some comments wanting to know that have you signed anything else? Are you in talks with somebody else
Yes,
for something new?
I am definitely going to do one more project, which we will be announcing shortly. And I think for now that is enough. But for next year, I hope to even produce some of my own stuff, and I'm sure that you will enjoy it. But first, you must watch Season's Greetings, all of you who are listening to us. And when you watch Season's Greetings, please tell me how you like the film. How did you like me? And that would play a very important role in me deciding what kind of projects I do next.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm
you're
not
coming to India for that?
rolling out parathas and puris. No, that is not going to be happening. I'm going to be doing a lot of good stuff, and then you're going to see some good cinema from me and something truly enjoyable.
So you're coming to India for that, right?
Of
For that.
course, I am. Some of it, yes, definitely. Yes.
That's good to hear. But can you just tell us, don't tell us what it is, but what genre it is at least? Is it a comedy? Is it a
Same
thriller?
genre which I've done with Ram, similar kind of genre. And I'm also looking at one international project in a foreign language. And that would be a first for me because I have wanted to dabble in European cinema forever, but language was a big barrier for me. But now, with having not mastered German, but reaching an intermediate level with my German speaking skills, I feel a little more studies and I should be able to handle that training and classes and sort of, yeah, I should be able to handle it.
But I must take you back before signing out, to that interview where our association started with Janashin. You were somewhere near the race course, you were shooting at Haji Ali. and you were getting ready. I mean, decked up in front of the mirror, and I was just sitting there right behind you and asking you questions.
Yes.
I still can't forget that moment.
I think we did a cover story together, right?
Absolutely, we did a cover story for the girls' magazine, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I think so. I think so. We did a cover story. I remember
Yeah.
that very well. And, I wanted to take this opportunity because now we go back almost 18, 19 years, Vicky. Yeah. And I wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for being an important part of this journey. You have been a continued part of my journey. I want to thank you because it's always been. Thank
No,
you.
it's just my pleasure, and it's just my job also, which I continue doing at the same time. And I'm glad that you always understood it, and you also have been a part of the career which I've had. And thank you so much for being there. Keep reading Spot Boy. I hope you're reading wherever you are, Austria or Dubai. Yeah.
Very much, and I thank SpotboyE for always carrying such wonderful articles of me and the kids, and what's going on with my life in other countries wherever I'm living. So thank you, a big thank you to SpotboyE for that. And before I sign off, I want to tell you all that is Sush, I love you, Sush. Okay, so Sushant is also here live. Sush, I love you, my little sister. I'm so proud of you all the time. And Sush, you are here. And I just want to tell you all, please watch the movie tomorrow. Tomorrow is the premiere of my film, Season's Greetings, a tribute to Rituparno Ghosh by Ram Kamal Mukherjee. Watch it on Z5.